All right, everybody. Good morning. How's everybody doing? We've got a good update coming for you this morning for just a good. I like the word moderate. A good moderate snow system moving in across a large section here of the area. So I'm excited to share the latest with you. Got some new data coming in. It's pretty fun when you have systems, at least for people like us, when they are uh, all snow, and at least majority of our locations. So excited for that. Would ask that you share with a friend, post it, repost on X, tag a friend, share on Facebook, whatever it is you do. Tag a friend, phone a friend, throw something at a friend. I don't know. And let them know that we're live here this morning, and we're going to get into an analysis here on what to anticipate for tonight's system. So locked into wintry pattern. It's December 1st, 9 in the morning. It's 20 degrees. Um, we're saturated here. We're in a this is a great setup for just a moderate snow event across Indiana, and really the potential for Indianapolis to get half the month's normal snow in one system. So um, December's average around 8 inches or so of snow in the last 25 years here in Indiana, and I think we get half of that in this system. So going to be a great update here, and we're going to get right into it. So. Um, Yeah, good morning. Good morning. Let's do this. Let's do it. So we'll share a window. I'm going to move this over here and come over here and share this window here and pull up Clarity and give you a look here at radar this morning as we're watching this system start to get its act together. This is the Clarity platform, by the way, which anyone of you can access for 50% off right now. 50% off. Cyber Monday special. It's 50% off. I actually need to edit that and say 50% off. I'm going to do that right in front of you. Save it and apply it. There it is. 50% off now. Again, as we transition our live stream coverage of storm analysis to the client side, that is the deal. 50% off right now. So make sure you take advantage of that. But let's get back into this. This is current radar. And I will tell you that for the most part, radar is a little bit more filled in than some of the model data is suggesting. So what we do is a couple of things. We sift through the models that have the best handle on the current setup. And we try to run with models that are seeing the current radar, the current atmosphere for what it most truly is. And then that helps us have a little bit more confidence in the weather model in and of itself, right? So it's a good expansive look at snow here as it continues to move into the area. Just so you know, you all have forecast radar on Clarity that will tell you the timing and the arrival of stuff as it goes out in 30-minute increments all the way out. This is out to 1 o'clock tonight. You can absolutely utilize that as well. Check this out. Current air temperatures. We're cold. We are really, really cold. It's as of 9 a.m. It's just freezing cold. It is 25 degrees here. It's 15 in Lafayette. Look at this up in the northern plains. These are actual air temperatures right now. It's -1 degree December 1st. So cold. It's certainly cold enough for snow, and we're going to watch this work in here. Okay, so let's go to our simulated radar product. Okay, we're going to use the latest RAP weather model, the Rapid Refresh weather model that has been around for a long time. It's the OG. It's the OG, and sometimes in my opinion, I just think it does the best with current setup. I'm going to hide this logo so you guys can see the timing. And then what I'll do is after my analysis, I will come through and answer your questions. All right. So if you have questions, I will answer them, but not till I'm done with my analysis. All right. So this is a look here this morning. I'm going to take this out to noon today, noon Eastern, and you can see snow breaking out across Missouri, southern Iowa, western Illinois, a mix going on across Little Rock down in Arkansas, and heavier rain down into the deep south. All right. And this is all a part of the main swath of snow that will grow and expand and become a little heavier as it moves east, as the low pressure center deepens, as the storm track kind of does one of these numbers. We're going to get some banding to develop on the northwest side of this, and it's going to deliver some fun snow totals here across the area. And what I love most about this is just how cut and dry it is in terms of precip type. It's all snow across north of the Ohio River, which is always makes things a little bit more fun. Leading edge of this is 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central. For the most part, we're not battling a ton of dry air issues. Leading edge is showing the arrival here at 4 p.m. It's sloppy on the leading edge in terms of who is going to get what, in terms of right when it starts. But nonetheless, this is the leading edge here. And I'm gonna toss this comment up right here because I did see this. Custom Disaster Recovery of Indianapolis tip: if you haven't yet, please disconnect all garden hoses from outside spigots. These guys are sponsoring our stream, and we're grateful for these guys. Custom Restoration here out of Indianapolis. Pull this in so you guys can see it. But that's a tip there from Tom. Great idea. In fact, it might be something I actually need to go do myself. So thanks for letting me know that. I'll have to check that when I get home. But back to the forecast analysis here. Again, this is leading edge at 4 p.m. tonight. 5. It's probably getting into. It's in Chicago. It's in Kokomo. It's in Indianapolis. And what we're doing here is we're going to start filling this part in. Okay, because again, your surface low is down here, and as it tracks north and east, this fills in on the backside with the deformation banding that will start to occur. Okay, so there's 5 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Here's the leading edge, 7 p.m. Lansing, Toledo, Columbus, Dayton. Getting into south central Indiana now at this time. This, again, leading edge, 7 p.m. Eastern time as it continues to skirt east-northeast this evening. So the northern part of the state, the snow is going to start probably 3 hours sooner than what it starts in the southern part of the state. So calm down later when you're like, it's not snowing. What the hell is going on? We don't have any snow. The problem is that the southern portion of the state actually starts a little later. That's in the forecast. It's not a surprise. It's what it's supposed to do. So just keep that in mind. It's important to keep that in perspective. All right. So here is 9 o'clock. By 9 p.m., we're through Detroit, Cleveland, Columbus. It's getting into Cincy. Louisville, you're starting to see some snow. All the way through the Ohio River, it's snowing. And what we're going to start watching for is some of these darker returns here. Some of these darker returns, these heavier banding suggestions at times could be close to an inch per hour snowfall rates, half inch, 3/4 of an inch to at times maybe 1 inch per hour snow rates as this moves through, as the banding starts to, really become more pronounced. Okay. I'm going to zoom in a little bit more here. And continue this going down the road. Here's 11 p.m. Now, this is where I want to pause it because we're starting to see the suggestions here in the colder parts of the storm of some banding take shape here. All right, got some over here. And this is just the deformation axis of the low. Your low pressure center is down here. Anytime you're about 140 miles, 130 miles northwest of the low, you get deformation banding. Okay, what the wrap is doing, what's happened here, is that it is a little bit organized, a little bit quicker, and it's a little bit more neutrally tilted with the trough. And what I mean by that, I'm going to show you what I mean. I'm going to give you a little bit of meteorology behind this for a second, which is what you don't get, by the way, on any of these other Facebook pages. They just try to come out and say they're the best and they don't hype things, and you better follow them. They don't give you any reasoning why. They just say it. I'm going to give you the reason why, which is why our streams are the best, by the way. But here is the reasoning why. Because tonight what the wrap is doing is it is trying to go more north to south oriented with the tilt of the upper level disturbance. And so what that does is it allows for a better connection to the Arctic air. We have a connection. We're connected up to colder air, for one. What it also does is it allows for the storm to tilt a little bit more and draw more moisture into it. Okay. And so what that's doing is it's suggesting a little more organization or a little bit of a stronger storm. Whereas let's say we compare it to a different model, how it's more stretched out, more southwest to northeast. It's more tilted positively instead of neutrally. And that's the difference. The difference is just the tilt of the storm. All right. And the wrap is kind of lining up the best with what's currently going on. It's got a little bit more of a neutral tilt. And even here a little bit, if we watch this go forward right here, I'm going to zoom into this. There is a hint that this short wave is actually a little potentially tilted back negatively. That's why this Vortmax is strong here, okay? And because those height lines are more southwest to northeast, you can tug more energy, dynamics into the storm and create some banding to occur, or some what we call some frontogenesis. And that's where it gives us the idea that we can have some aggressive snow totals. In fact, you can see that on the 700 millibar frontogenesis forecast. Again, this is the meteorology behind this is where you're getting the forcing, the dynamics, the energy along the I-70 corridor, especially into central Ohio. You can see tonight, late overnight tonight by 1 a.m., you've got good forcing and banding suggestions here across south central Ohio, south central Indiana, which is going to help those snowfall accumulations. All right. So that's some of the why in the background behind why we're showing the scenarios that may provide a little bit more in the way of snow. So here we are again at 10 p.m. Okay, we'll continue to go forward. Here's 11, midnight, and 1 a.m. Now I want you to notice this around midnight. Zoom it in a little bit. And how about this modeling platform, Synoptic WX? There's just nothing better. We own this, by the way. BAM and we have helped build this. This is part of our internal offerings to people we hope to make available to everyone soon. It's beta. You can go and check it out. All you got to do is go to synopticwx.com. But there's the suggestion of the banding that I'm talking about, and especially overnight where that can occur because temperatures are colder and lower, you're going to get the potential for localized totals of 4 inches or more of snowfall. All right. These types of suggestions here would tell us, hey, it's colder and the snow is going over the same spot multiple times, gives you the potential for banding to occur and for there to be locally higher totals. All right. You kind of see that again. That's midnight tonight, still coming down pretty good. There's 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m. Again, coming down good in central. All of Ohio's getting snow just like Indiana did. By 3 o'clock Tuesday morning, snow is coming down. It's covering the entire state of Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio, really, with good, healthy snowfall totals. Coming out 4 a.m., it's out of Indiana by probably 5 a.m. tomorrow morning. This is the backside of this. 5 a.m. December 2nd, you can see coming out of Lexington, Muncie, Fort Wayne, but it's still all coming down at a good clip across central Ohio, 5 a.m. tomorrow on this latest run here of the WRAP weather model. So before I get into totals, I want to make sure, Tracy, that's nice of you to say thank you. I want to make sure you all understand that we have 50% off Clarity Home and Pro right now. And here's what I want to tell you guys. As of at the end of today, this type of analysis that I'm doing is transitioning to our paywall behind Clarity. So what will happen in the future is if you're a Clarity subscriber, you're going to get these links sent to your device, and we're going to be doing that there. We've had thousands of people sign up for this. Cyber Monday, we've taken it up to 50% off for all of our packages. That's where we're going. That's the direction we're headed. If you don't want to miss these, I suggest you take advantage of this. And you can also take advantage of it in the sign up link. I'll post that in the chat as well, so you can go and check it out. But that's the direction we're headed. I just want to make sure you all take advantage of the sale because it ends tonight at midnight. So now going forward, let's talk about snowfall totals. I'll go back to the screen share. All right. Share the window here and talk about what the latest run of this particular weather model is suggesting in terms of snowfall. and talk about how we've kind of seen that. Now, that only goes out to 5 a.m. It's still snowing further east. But you can see the suggestions of the banding. Anywhere you have the purple color, the first shade of purple, that's 4 inches or more. That's a 4-inch plus suggestion. So when we take that, I can kind of highlight that for you. Anywhere in these purple shades is the model's delineation between, 4 inches or more of snowfall. So we'll take this out across portions of Missouri. We'll go out here through central Illinois, out through central Indiana, and out through Ohio like this. And you also can see some banding suggestions there in Louisville, right? Where the transfer of energy may take shape before this low skirts on up to the north and east. So again, we'll call this potential for, like I said, 4-inch plus banding. Generally, this is probably a 3 to 5 inch or a 2 to 5 inch forecast for the most part across the area. But if we continue to see some of these trends of the trough kind of becoming more neutrally tilted and colder temperatures hanging around, that's what's going to allow for these snowfall totals to be upped a little bit, right? I mean, the latest modeling may be a little aggressive here of 7 inches of snow across, this is Putnam County and into Hendricks County, portions of southeastern Boone and southwestern Hamilton County. There's some heavy suggestions there. That's one model. But here's another model that's not done snowing yet when it's out to this time, with very similar suggestions of almost 5 inches in Indianapolis, 5 inches here, Terre Haute, 5 inches. So you can see what I'm saying with the banding. It is picking up on that. It's trying to see it. And some of the short-term high-res guidance is a little bit more aggressive with that. And I think because of how the modeling is handling the current setup, how it's seeing the tilt of the trough, the strength of the trough a little bit better, this short-term guidance is going to be the way to go when trying to find this banding. And here's the thing, too, about the banding is, it may show that it's here, and it could end up here, or it could end up here. I mean, you're talking a county or two difference. Now, the model's going to do the best it can, but it's not always going to be absolutely perfect with where that banding sets up. So just something to keep in mind there. Okay, let's look at, and this is a good question because with the snow hole that was on the radar, I think 7 inches for Plainfield is a little aggressive. I would go maybe more like 5, by the way. But will dry air affect totals this round? This is a good question. All right. Our friends at Custom Restoration here out of Indianapolis they're gonna keep sponsoring why I'm going to talk about this. They're the reason why. So we go in here. We'll go to the WRAP. I'll show you the latest WRAP weather model, and I'll show you how I can identify if there's dry air concerns. All right, we'll start here. We'll look at the radar. This is how a good meteorologist will look at the situation. Okay, right at the onslaught, the start of this at tonight at 5 o'clock. All right, we'll look here across an area like this here across central Indiana. Okay, this is before it approaches on the radar. You see how these lines have a gap in them. That's a dry layer of air. But watch as the precip moves in. Of course, I knew it would do that to me. There it is starting to show snow. We'll click on Indianapolis for an example here. That's a much smaller gap. We go here to hour 10, and then we click on this again, and we see we're saturated. So maybe for the first hour to 90 minutes, the radar shows some snow that may not be hitting the ground entirely, but it should saturate pretty quickly, and it should essentially, offer up a much better clean swath of snow that goes across the area without really battling a bunch of dry air concerns. When the snow is really coming down and it's putting down some good accumulation, this here is a classic heavy snow sounding. I mean, this is 24 degrees. Fully saturated DGZ, what we call our dendritic growth zone, where the snowflake forms. You're not going to find that on a free Facebook page anywhere because nobody knows what the hell it means. But what you're seeing here is the saturation completely of the column, 24 degrees and heavy snow coming down. So again, the potential there for snow to add up is there. It's on the table. And there's that 6-inch plus little banding suggested. I would not be shocked if there is a slither here across Indiana where there is 6 inches or more of snow. I mean, it just wouldn't shock me at all. And you can see again, it's still snowing here, but you can see the suggestions in the high res modeling trying to indicate that. So that's some of the why behind that, the analysis there on why that is what we're seeing. So I'm not prepared to say that, we're going to get winter storm warnings or anything like that, or, or we're going to, I'm not ready to say that. And winter weather advisories are certainly going to be needed, but I'm not ready to say we're going to need winter storm warnings or anything. Could it happen last minute? Sure. I don't know. Regardless, the same weather is going to happen, whether you get a warning or an advisory. It is what it is. So, something to keep in mind there. So I will take some questions. What time should it start snowing around Greenwood? Yeah, sure. So we can look at that. Let's go to our simulated radar product again. And I think I said around 6 p.m., but I can't remember. Yeah, 6 to 7 p.m. Greenwood start time. How do you see the future radar and clarity? I'm only seeing pass and now up. Leslie, you'll go over here. You'll click the 3 bars on the left, and you'll go to the future tab, and you'll click radar. And there it is. And that's how I can zoom in and see the arrival time all the way down to my location on any device. And it tells me 6:30 Greenwood, 6:30 where I live. That's how it does that. Okay. And you all can get that. You all can get that right now at 50% off if you don't want to miss the live streams, because I'm taking them off socials because I'm just kind of tired of social media. You can sign up 50% off now, and we're going to continue this same analysis over on the client paywall with Clarity. And that's a good looking swath. That's current radar right now, and it looks good on radar. I always like when it looks good early. We don't have to guess where the hell the snow's at. It's already there. It's already forming. Yeah, it's on there. That's where it's at. So take advantage of the sale. Links in the comments. There it is. That's where we're at. Go back to chat here. I'll take a couple more questions. Is 4 inches for Fort Wayne possible? Sure. Yeah, I think so. I don't know. I can't remember. You guys are putting me on the spot here. Let's see. I mean, it's got 2.89 there, so yeah, maybe 2 to 3. Maybe 4 is a little high, but check it out. I love it. Amelia says she just signed up. Thank you so much. Do the lives save on Clarity? Yep, you can go in and watch it. Click on the link that we sent you, and the video will always be there. It's a YouTube video. We were doing Vimeo. We switched to YouTube. Signing up for it today. Been watching you since you started on social media. Bam is the best. Well, we sure do appreciate that. We're excited to have you. Okay. Really appreciate the Clarity app. Thank you, Tommy. I appreciate that. The weekend snow chances are they're difficult right now. The models are waffling back and forth. They're just kind of being a little bit of a bear. We have multiple small clippers that are showing up in the data. The weekend storm has failed to phase and is evading us to the south. It's not allowing the 2 jet streams to phase. We have a weak system that wants to come through Wednesday into Thursday. And then we have another clipper that wants to try to come in here Saturday night into Sunday. This one may trend stronger, possibly. There's another accumulating snow threat this weekend for sure. It's more of a clipper-like system, which means we like those. They're cold. They're not hard to delineate precip type. And then early next week, another one shows up. More of a classic clipper Monday into Tuesday. And then as I just keep going forward, there's another one. Okay. There's another storm. It's an active pattern. It's going to feature a lot of chances for snow. And some of these clippers, we got to wait till we get a little bit closer to get more detail. So Cincinnati, I think you're looking at an arrival time closer to, I think 10 o'clock. That's what I said earlier. So, yep. Awesome. Well, guys, again, I appreciate all of you tuning in. Make sure you take advantage of that sale. Like I said, 50% off through midnight tonight. Um, we fly out of Indy 6:30 a.m. tomorrow. Do you think the airport? I don't think you're going to be able to fly out at 6:30. I don't think that's going to happen personally, unless they're just on it with snow removal and it's all that stuff. I don't see that happening, but maybe they do, and it's great. I'm not sure. Um, yeah, you can utilize it um, within the family for sure. So another tip, Tom says, close those crawl space vents. See, these are things you don't think about. I love that, Tom. Appreciate you, man. So, real quick, I do want to give one last shout out to our sponsors here of our sponsor on this stream, and that is Custom Restoration out of Indy. Um, Guy giving some tips here. We're doing these streams because of these guys. Um, really appreciate that. So, um, here is a great comment. I've said it before. Their customer service is top notch. Thank you. Appreciate you guys. So that's going to wrap it up for me. We staff meeting here internally we're getting ready to have, and we will watch the snow move in. We'll probably go live a little bit later again this afternoon, but just make sure you guys take advantage of that. And for that question right there, where is Clarity home? Are the links to the live? They're in the chat section. You click on the chat button, Clarity. So thank you all so much. Share it with a friend. We'll talk to you soon.